Today we got our next deep dive for MLB The Show 25, and today was all about Road to the Show. Honestly, they gave us a little bit longer of a deep dive today than I thought they were going to, and we got almost 5 minutes, whereas the gameplay was only like 2.5. But it's still nice to get, so let's get on into it. So for this year of MLB The Show, they are bringing back the way that you can actually upgrade the attributes in any way that you see fit. That used to be a thing back in the day, but they took it out to have their specific stereotypes of how they want you to build your attributes for the different types of players. But in this game, you're able to build up attributes one at a time or in a specific group of attributes. If you want to go all the contact stuff or all the power stuff or all the fielding stuff, you can do that. Also, the perks for the game have been reworked, and now it looks like you're going to be using tokens that you're able to earn in the game to be able to unlock these perks and then craft them to your liking by choosing different options prior to fully getting it. Now, I can't say if they will all work this way, but the one example that we see is that it shows 4 different choices that you have to make, giving different effects before you actually get the one that we see, which is the clear for takeoff perk. I think this is a really cool way of doing perks because you can do all the different options in different playthroughs and different players and all that different stuff. And I hope that most, if not all of them, are like this. Equipment, of course, is back in the game, and you'll be able to unlock them as you play through the mode to be able to make your players better. Also, women are able to be made in the game again, since we do have a scene where a woman player is being drafted, and you can see her walking up and shaking Rob Manfred's hand. Another new thing to MLB The Show 25 is that you're going to be starting off your career in the senior year of high school, and you're going to be playing 2 to 3 games of the state championship to try to get scouted by both colleges and MLB clubs. After the high school games, you can choose to go to the draft combine that came into the series in MLB The Show 24 and do the different evaluation things and different games to boost yourself even more in the draft. After the combine, you can choose whether to sign with whichever team drafts you, or you can say no and go to one of 8 different colleges, which have a whole bunch of different packages to give you, and you'll play through the 3 to 4 games there and try to make yourself potentially the #1 overall pick, which I don't think has ever been a possibility in any MLB The Show game prior to this. But I could be wrong since it has been a while since I've played a lot of the older MLB The Show Road to the Shows. They then went over a bunch of different things that were kind of mentioned earlier in like the gameplay segments. So we'll run through some of these pretty quickly with a couple that are newish. So like they mentioned in the gameplay presentation, there are quick time events and the first person camera, where with the first person camera, you can go in and out of it at any time when fielding by pressing the touchpad, which is nice. You're not forced to stay in first person for an entire game when you're fielding if you don't want to, or vice versa. There's also the hotshot quick time events, which have you time up the button press to when the pulsating circle is as close to the inner circle as possible for you to be able to pick the ball and have it not either bobble it or go through your feet. For catchers now, you have to be on your toes to be able to actually block the balls in the dirt by moving your left stick down as fast as possible when you see the ball is going to go into the dirt. Catchers also can direct the infielders on a cutoff to throw to where you think is best. If you can tell that the person that's coming home is going to be safe, you can have them throw to second or third or wherever else somebody might be running to a base. Also, catchers now have a quick time event to tag out somebody at home as well. If, however, you are the first or third baseman, you will have more opportunities to cut off the ball and make the play at home or wherever else you deem the best at a chance to be able to get an out. It also seems like catching foul balls at and around the walls will have some better and or smoother animations, which I do hope is the case, but time will tell on that one based off of some previous years' experience on that. When you're base running, you can now read the balls in the dirt to try to take the extra 90 feet, and depending on your base running aggressiveness, you might be able to tell whether it's going to be in the dirt sooner or later. Also now, you can run around the bases and move your left stick in the direction based on your camera orientation, which might make things better since the way that it's been in the past has led to at least a few mishaps for me. So here's to hoping that all works out nice and dandy. You can also do the swim moves that were mentioned in the gameplay segments, which we knew were going to happen, but you're going to use your left stick, do the motion that it tells you to, and if you do it correctly, within the time limit that it gives you, you'll be able to swim move and move your hand in a direction and hopefully get in there safely. Finally, the last thing that they really went over for today is that while the graphics themselves may have not really had that big of a jump, there are more presentation and commentary for the game and the mode itself to hopefully make things a little bit more immersive, but that will depend on person to person, whether they think it's enough or not enough. That's the gist of all the stuff that they went over for today for Road to the Show. On Thursday, they're going to be having their feature premiere where they're going to go more in depth on some of this stuff, so once that comes out and once I'm able to see it, I will be talking about all that stuff again for you guys. So if you don't want to watch it, you can just watch my video about it.